All right, welcome everyone to Success Leaves Clues. So I decided to go live today because Inman put out an article recently and they said that by the end of this year, 80% of people will choose agents based off of video, right? That's why I'm going live with Nick Krem today. He's built his business to 13 different countries, 50 states, all using organic video. And he feels that video should be simple. So he created this simple solutions that agents could use every day. So tune in, and you guys are sure to learn something today.
What's going on, Vincent?
Hey, I'm so glad that you agreed to do this today. You know, a lot of people don't know, but you were my first content coach. Right? I'm pretty introverted, and it's hard for people to get me to do things. But you got me to put this together. You got me to go live. I have dozens of little video clips now, and it's all because of you, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Man, I appreciate that, Vincent, because it's one of our goals at our company too is to really allow people that have great stories, great messages, that are great. Like, I believe you're a great speaker, man. I know you are. I know public speaking, you do that. A little different, and not your message. It deserves to be heard by so many people, and I think this is just another avenue to be able to do it.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for pushing me. Thank you for getting me to into action, right?
Yeah.
You really do make it simple. All right. Mm-hmm. And, and I think that's what we're going to be talking about today. Really is, how everybody else could go out there and duplicate it and really shortcut their way to success.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm excited to do it. And like you said, simple. I try to stay away from the word easy, because easy means different. It's different for everybody, right? I could come on here and like around StreamYard, I can go fast and make it look easy. And you're looking at that like, dude, that looks freaking hard. And then some agents, you could break things down on how the market works. And it's like, it sounds easy, but it's because when you become an expert, things become easy. I believe a true expert, though, is the one that can make it simple for everybody. And that's what I realized. There are times that I send my grandma some trainings, and I send people trainings that I have no idea what technology is. And I'm like, can you do this? If they can, I'm like, great. I broke it down simple enough. And if they can't, I say like, hey, where are you getting lost on? So my goal is, I understand. I think the big difference is a lot of companies, a lot of people, they kind of look at, if the agent stopped everything they were doing and just used my service, it would work. But that's not the life of an agent. The job of an agent is to help people buy and sell homes. For you, like, to grow and help agents do that. So I'm like, you know what? I didn't work back. I think they're working the wrong way. They're starting with the product and then trying to work it back to the consumer. I'm like, what problems does the consumer have? What problems does the agent have? It's, man, lack of time and lack of ability to go out there and just learn new things, because your job is to help people with their biggest financial asset. So I'm like, you know what? How can I make the simplest solution that will get agents to take action? Because at the end of the day, if people don't use it, it doesn't work.
So what's working right now, Nick?
Yeah. What's something that's working right now? I'll tell you what, video texting. So a lot of people that say video texting too, they think like, okay, yeah, I can do that. And they create one video text and they send it out to a bunch of clients. That's the wrong way to do it. Here's the two things. There's two things you should do in every single video text, right? Always say their first name in it. Always say the first name in it. One, it's going to get you to shoot a video every time you talk to somebody. So it's going to be personal. I think that's a big piece that's missing in a lot of these relationships, why people think real estate agents are a commodity. When you commoditize people and send out one message to everybody, you do become a little bit of a commodity. But when you personalize it and create an experience and make sure that because as you know, man, in real estate, every client's different. They have different needs. They have different wants. They have different wants in the home of what they can get. So then, shooting that personalized video message, saying their name in is very big in creating that relationship. And the second thing is never, ever, ever, ever watch it before you send it. If you watch it before you send it, you're going to reshoot it 15 times. That video text that should have taken 20 seconds now took 20 minutes, and you might not even send it. You're like, Nick, this doesn't work because he didn't shoot the first one. Guys, like in this video text too, I'm going to give a big recommendation. Don't do it in a studio like I do it like when I do my videos here, right? This is for my podcasting and for my videos. I will never shoot someone a video message like, hey, Vincent, I was just thinking about you. And you're like, dude, you got all your makeup on, you got lights on, you in a studio. Like, no, you weren't, right? Like, guys.
I remember getting video texts from you in the
Yeah.
rain outside, like, you know, and
Yeah.
and they're always quick. They're like 15 seconds, 10 seconds. Like you're just really saying what's up. That's it.
Yeah, you know, and it's when it's raining outside too, and I'm walking in the rain, I'm like, you know what? I could either pout and walk in the rain, or I could use this to my advantage. Vincent, it's raining outside, but you know, we never stop because of a little rain. So I know you don't either, you know, and just having fun with it. So I think like some of the best video messages too are leaving the gym. You know, like hair, like you're a little crazy, a little sweat equity all over you, and you know, like you're taking the time to humanize yourself. Right. The more human you could appear to people, more approachable, the more likely they're going to respond and want to respond to you.
So that's what's working, I guess, with the clients right now, right?
Right.
What's working on social media?
Man, on social media, I think there's a couple different avenues to take during this one. Obviously, like right now, reels, shorts, you know, YouTube shorts, TikToks, they're really hot, like making sure that you get out there and just utilize it. I think the biggest thing between what I'm saying on social media, like what we're doing here and what's happening there, is being able to leverage content that's already been created. Don't go out there and recreate the wheel. If you guys interview 1 to 2 people a week, I'll tell you what, your brand will blow up. And especially like for real estate agents, interview a mortgage lender every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, interview a mortgage lender and just give people a market update. Because I'll tell you what, that market update that most agents send out, that's a written market update. Nobody reads it, nobody understands it, and you're really not adding value. They're gonna stop watching. You're gonna get a bunch of unsubscribes. I usually like unsubscribes because that means I'm emailing you enough, but not the kind where people don't see value. That's not what you want, right? So when you send a personalized video of you covering the current market in your area, that becomes a lot more valuable. And I'll tell you, when they do want to reach out to an agent, who are they going to reach out to? The person who they unsubscribe from their emails, or the person who gives them a personalized market update in their area? That video is key. What's up, Vincent?
So back to that article, you said, you know, Inman said 80% of people by the end of this year, which is like around the corner, right?
Right. Yeah.
They're going to end up choosing an agent based off of video. Where are they consuming this video? Are they finding you on social media?
Great question. Yeah, it's all over social media, because what happens is most people go to social media, right, to find out. If you're looking up an individual, they're going to look on social media. And who are we in real estate? We're individuals. Nobody goes to Google and just Google's eXp Realty agent, Keller Williams agent, and looks for somebody. Chances are everybody knows somebody or knows somebody that knows somebody that's an agent. So when they go online, I always say my theory, the way I think about social media is everybody's a client. They're just not paying me yet. Some just aren't paying me yet. Look, everybody, I've heard this since I got in real estate. Everybody knows somebody who's looking to buy or sell. So in theory, everybody on there is a potential referral. So don't get me wrong. I send out emails. Vincent, you're my email campaign, right?
I know.
I send out emails. You know, I send out, I believe in emails. So me saying this, I don't not believe in emails. But here's the thing. I also am acutely aware. More people go to social media than they do go to email, right? So we have to start thinking about every post that we make is like a drip campaign on the most lethal CRM that was ever made, right? Because everybody goes to it and checks it. So every time I post, it's like a drip campaign. And now it's, you know, like how many times have you went into a Facebook group, Vince? Let me ask you this. And you saw somebody that's like, man, my brother or sister or my friend, they went with another agent. What should I do? Have you seen that one before?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, and then people like never talk to them again. I'm like, gosh, you guys are so harsh. Like you're never gonna talk to someone because they went to someone else. And I commented once and they didn't like it, but I'm like, look, if they went to somebody else when they thought real estate experts, they didn't think of you. So whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Look, when you post all the time, it's not just to get new business. It's also to keep you top of mind for everybody that's on there. So for me on social media, there's no wrong platform to post on. The one that you post the most on, you're going to be successful in my opinion. You know, just going through it. If you keep posting on a platform, you're going to be more successful on it than any other one. So I think just making sure, like a great tool is like this StreamYard, right? Because you stream to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and also we got to get the LinkedIn set up. I forgot about that. LinkedIn, and then also you could download the audio and upload major platforms. So I think, you know, on social media, For the videos, it's all about leverage. Leverage videos that are already working, reels, and over things that people are doing. Excuse me, that are doing, and interviews. You interview a mortgage lender every 2 weeks. You bring on an agent that's winning every 2 weeks. Also, you got one interview a week, and you're starting to grow your audience that way as well.
I gotta say, one of the best things I did was what you really set up for me with these interviews. And yeah, I took a huge break, right?
Yeah.
I stopped for a while, and
we started repurposing it. Yeah.
And basically you were using some of the stuff to get it, put it out there, and it's been working great.
Yeah.
But what you did was you set me up so that these seamlessly go into a podcast.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I got podcasts that are floating around out there, right?
Yeah.
And people will reach out to me and be like, I listened to that podcast. I'm like, what podcast?
Yeah.
And I remember that you set up something for me where this automatically goes, it's posted out there. People could find it. It's searchable.
Yeah.
And
Isn't it crazy?
Good content too.
It is, dude. Like I said, man, you got great content. You got great speakers that come on here. You're a great one as well. And I think it's, it really hit home because for me, I was sitting there and I like, for me personally, I'm not a podcast guy. I don't sit there and listen to podcasts. And I thought that like, since I didn't, nobody else does. And dude, that's the most wrong way to think in the world because there are millions of people who listen to podcasts. And I'll never forget when I first started doing podcasting, when somebody messaged me and said, man, I download your live every day off the podcast and I listen to it on the way to work. And I'm like, holy crap. Like, there's like the messages that like, man, I know people out there have downloaded Vincent Coos and listen, it's on the way to work, on the way to going into the office. And it's like, when I really realized that, it's like, man, like by not doing social media, it's literally not giving back to the community of realtors. And I know that's none of our, that's not why we do what we do. I know you the same way, Vincent. You want to give back to the realtor community. And I think this is just a great avenue to take what we do and produce it to so many people. And I think that's, like you said, the seamless way of doing it, making it simple. That's the best way that we found.
I think the biggest lesson out of that is that I don't need to, and we don't need to jump into a studio. We don't need to be face to face. I used to think that there has to be a whole big production behind it.
Yeah.
And essentially, this is going to turn into a podcast.
Oh, 100%. And now I have a studio. Like we bought this house literally just to turn the entire house into a giant content studio. But, I just made a post at one time. I started doing my videos, my first interviews. My computer was propped up. There was the box of like the garbage thing. Was it the garbage bags box was like the perfect height. So my computer was sitting on that for the right height. I didn't have a microphone. I was using this or my ear pods. And I had this ugly yellow back wall because I had to move back in my home to start my business, right? So once upon a time, I sold everything I had. I moved back home. My old room had this ugly yellow color wall. So I had to cover it with all these posters. So if you walked in my room, it was literally this ugly yellow color wall. And only in the place that you could see the video was like posters just covering it. And that's how I started, And then from there, I graduated to an ironing board out in the living room. And I would stand there and do it. But, it's just getting creative, having fun. Like all I had before was my phone, AirPods, and that's what we would do it with. So I think, a big limiting belief for most agents, I don't have the right equipment. Yeah, you do. You got this right here. That's all you need, really.
Yeah. So things, things move real fast with, just with technology and video and all that stuff. So, what new things are you working on that's working right now?
I was hoping you'd ask me this, Vincent, because I'll tell you what, I'm combining because I spent years on the phone, right? I used to call 15 hours a day on the phone. I worked at a call center. So I know the call center really well. I was that guy that most people think you hang up on call center guys, man, I had so much energy. I kept people on the phone, right? So we always coming up with creative ways to do this. That's how I came up with the video messaging. But I'll tell you what, we started doing this now. And I started implementing with agents who are willing to be different and to get uncomfortable. They are crushing it right now. Their pickup rates are going through the roof. Their conversations that they're having are way more substantial, getting more leads, getting more appointments, getting more people, really getting them under contract and conversion. I don't have numbers right now on how high it is because we just started rolling it out these last couple months, but I'll tell you what, it is insane. You ready for it, Vincent? Did I hype it up enough?
I'm waiting, man. Go.
All right. FaceTiming your leads. I know. I was like, I didn't want to tell you before the call because I want to get your reaction. FaceTiming your leads. Okay. And get this. First off, if you don't have an iPhone, go get your ass an iPhone right now. Get an iPhone, guys. Do you have an iPhone? You have an iPhone, right, Vincent?
Yeah, of course.
Of course you did. But here's the thing, right? Vincent, if somebody FaceTimes you, what's the first thing you think? Let me just ask you this. If somebody FaceTimes you, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, do I want to pick up?
Right. But are you also thinking like, I kind of know this person pretty well. Like I don't get FaceTimes from people I don't know.
You're right.
Yeah. Like I really don't. And I'm thinking like, and sometimes they FaceTime, I'm like, oh wow, do we have that kind of relationship now? Like, I guess we're that close where they're going to FaceTime me. Right. So like what happens is if you get a FaceTime, what we realize, if you get a FaceTime from a number you don't know, then all of a sudden you're kind of thinking like, oh, how well do I know? Like, I feel like I should know this person. We get answers. And here's the thing too, when you're on the phone, people are so comfortable with, they could tell you off or they'll give you answers they would never give you in person. Why? Because you're face to face. Guess what? When you're face to face on FaceTime, those answers that you might usually get when you're over the phone, you don't get them anymore. You don't get those RDRs, those reactionary defense mechanisms that people have of, oh yeah, we're just looking here. We're just looking there. Because why? Because they're so caught off guard. They're going to give you the real answers. It's more in person. It's more face to face. You're getting people answering like, hello. And you're just like, what's going on? And use the same phone script. It's really a freaking killer because it's literally like a face to face appointment. They're going to remember you over any other agent. And on top of that, too, like I said, you get more answers because most people see a call. They don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to answer that. Facebook.
So we're not talking about scheduled FaceTime meetings. We're not talking about Zoom meetings or anything like that. Just
FaceTiming off rip to leads you've never talked to before in your life. I'm telling you, it sounds awkward. It sounds weird. It sounds like, I don't know if I could do it. But if you do it, you will cash more checks, period. You will get more people answering the phone because they're just like, who is FaceTiming me? Like, I like, they're almost, the curiosity is just peaked, right? Because they're like, who is FaceTiming me that they don't know this, right? And I'm telling you, they're going to assume that they know you. And then you pick up the phone like, hello? Right. And then also you just go right into the script. And then they're so caught off guard. You get real answers. You have real conversations. It's a game changer.
Interesting. And that will work nowadays. Just I find a lot of numbers we have are cell phone numbers, right? They're no longer landlines. So if you go direct to FaceTime, I'm wondering if I have enough guts to give that a try.
Man, that's what all it comes down to. Right? Having enough guts to do it. Having enough like moxie to say, you know what? It's going to be uncomfortable. If you feel uncomfortable, good. If you don't feel uncomfortable, like great, even better. But you are going to feel uncomfortable and it does not get easier. But I'll tell you what, uncomfortable people make more money.
It's funny because a lot of these guys, especially when we're making, calls to these cold leads,
right?
A lot of times they're not picking up anyway, right?
Yeah. So
you'll probably still get the same pickup rate.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, Vincent, the pickup rate's going to go up. Pickup rate goes up because here's what we realize. People who get a FaceTime, they automatically assume that they know this person. They just don't have their number. And then if anything, they're curious, like, man, I feel like I should know this person. Who is it? Like, and they start thinking about it. They're just so freaking curious. Like, who is FaceTiming me right now? You're going to get more answers.
All right.
You're going to get more answers. You're going to get more answers, and you're also figure out who has an iPhone and who doesn't. You'll figure that out real fast, right?
All right. I'm going to give it a try.
I love it.
Give it a try, and I'll let you know how it goes. I feel like it's going to be a bit awkward, but whatever.
Oh, it will.
The video texts were awkward when we first started that too, right? And then after a while, it's just actually quicker than typing, isn't it?
It really is. And like I said, if you say their first name in it and I'm telling you, never watch the video before you send it. It's the number one enemy of all video, even these interviews. It's like, I really realized that when I watched, I think it was like Brad Pitt who was like talking about how he goes to the movies and he picks it apart. And he's like, I don't like going to my movies anymore. And I'm like, this guy, number one, Brad, like good looking dude, right? He has a full makeup crew, a camera crew, a lighting crew. They shot that take 50 times before they did it. And he still doesn't like it. I'm like, what chance do I got? Like watching a video, I'm going live. Don't watch the videos. Keep posting and just see based on the comments and see what's going on. You will see what's happening there. Joseph Santiago, if you have an Android, you might be ratchet. Yeah, he is saying if you have an iPhone, it might be if you don't have an iPhone. But you can still do WhatsApp calls or like different video calls. But that's what I'm saying. Get an iPhone, guys. Change your life. But
okay, awesome. So what are you up to? Because when
Yeah.
we've done a couple things together. We've gone out.
Yeah.
We've done virtual training events. We've done live events, relaunch. We've done together. But what are you doing right now? You got a coaching group that you're doing. You're teaching on a regular basis. Tell us.
Yeah, we got some different groups that we're doing. The best thing people could do is we do a live call every single Wednesday at 7:00 Eastern. It's a free group that we do. It's just Real Estate Content Group. You just got to go to realestatecontentgroup.com. We literally just talk content for real estate agents. I think that's one of the biggest things. Some groups just talk content and you have to try and apply it to real estate. It's not what we do. This is specific to real estate. We help agents. And Vince, I know you got a lot of agents in your group over there too. I'd love to be able to help some more of them out. Literally, all we do every week is we cover what problems do you have. We also just give you the exact video to shoot for every single week. Try and keep it simple, keep it easy.
Realestatecontentgroup.com.
You got it. You get access.
And you guys are training every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday at 7:00 Eastern. It's a Zoom call. So it's not so you guys, it's interactive. We like going over questions. We go over wins. We start hearing from the group, and it's funny. When one person has a problem,
Chris?
Yep, 7:00 in the evening, 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay.
Awesome.
7 p.m. Eastern. Yep.
You know what? I'm going to get that in my calendar. I think I need some more.
Hey, guys, who here wants to see Vincent Moore on camera? I know we all want to see Vincent Moore on camera, guys. Let us know if you want to see Vincent on camera more. I think we're gonna get some fans out there for you.
I appreciate that, Nick. Listen, hey, I really appreciate the fact that you pushed me to do this.
Yeah, let's go.
Because I talk myself out of it. And I know all you guys talk yourself out of, doing these videos and whatnot. And, it happens to all of us, right? You need somebody like Nick on your side, give you a kick every once in a while. So I appreciate you being my first guest of this relaunch. You're going to see this more often. All right.
Love to see it, Vincent. Love to hear it.
Nick, you gave us some good stuff today. Let's put it all into practice.
Let's go. All right? Appreciate you, Vincent.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Later.